What is going on, boys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas with your family and really enjoyed the holidays. I sure did. I took some time off content to really just soak it in. But today we're back with the Subaru's first mod, I guess you could call it. And it's not really a mod, it's kind of peace of mind and I guess a safety piece, if you will. I've never had these in one of my car, and honestly that's my bad because we're living in 2025 and everyone should have one of these in their car. This is not sponsored, but today we have finally got ourselves a dash cam. This is a three-way cam. It faces out the front windshield, out the back windshield, and it has an in-cabin POV camera as well. Once again, not sponsored, but I had to go ahead and pick up a dash cam. Traffic gets crazy throughout the holidays, and this is one of the more expensive cars I've ever owned slash built. And well, it only feels right to have that peace of mind, knock on wood, in case anything happens. So today we're gonna go ahead and install the dash cam. That does come with the rear camera, but being a hatchback, it's really stubby in the rear, and the rear windshield comes up with the hatch when you open it. So I don't know if I'm going to install the rear camera. I might down the line, but I feel like the POV camera in the cabin can see out the rear window. Not to mention it's also tinted and heated, so there's not really a good place to put it. And I was looking up some videos of rear cameras, and when that third brake light on the wing comes on, it kind of makes it so the camera can't see anything, especially with the tint. So I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Today I'm just going to install the front one, the big camera, and finally have some peace of mind while driving. So let's go ahead, let's get this thing in the car and install our first dash cam. I'm a little late to the party, but better late than never, right? All right, so getting into this camera, as we can see, we have got the main camera itself. This one has the selfie cam and the camera that goes out the front windshield, as well as the display and the SD card. Underneath here, we have the rear camera cable, adhesive clips, more adhesive, and then right here is the power supply for the main camera. So for today, I'm gonna go ahead and take the main camera, and that's the one we are going to install. As you can see, there's the front camera. Little sticky pad, you're gonna want some glass cleaner. Make sure you clean off the windshield before you stick it on. It's got a nice little mic and a POV camera as well. And then we're gonna need the power supply. And it does come with a tool to kind of tuck the cable up underneath some of your trim so you don't have cables just laying around everywhere. First things first, let's go ahead and clean off the windshield. Get a nice, good, clean surface to stick this thing to, and I don't really know where I want to put it just yet. Thinking somewhere where it doesn't really block the vision, but can kind of, like right about there, I'm thinking. Clean up this section here, get this all nice and clean. All right, now this install really couldn't be any simpler. Here's the camera here. You have all your function buttons along the bottom. And then right here on the foot that it mounts on, you have the rear camera USB-C and the power USB-C. Obviously, we're not gonna do the rear camera right now. We're just gonna do the power USB-C. So it's literally a USB-C to a 12-volt like cigarette lighter. And then you're just gonna wanna tuck the cables either at the bottom of the dash, in the headliner, down and around into one of your cigarette lighters down here. Gonna go ahead, peel off the backing there and stick our camera down. So let's just make sure my mirror's set up, and thinking right there will probably be the ticket. All right, and now with the camera mounted, we can go ahead and plug in the USB-C and find a good place to run it. And then we are going to have a fully functional camera. Don't forget to peel off the camera lens protectors on the front and the rear. I probably should have got this one beforehand, but you can also go ahead and take off the screen protector. Woo! Everyone loves a good screen protector peel, but there she is installed. I'll have a nice view of what's going on all 3 cameras, or just the 2, however many you want to hook up. And the inside POV is crucial because that should see right behind me and get out my rear view window. Next up here, we have the power supply and the charger. So let's go ahead and open this up. You get a little Allen key there. You get your panel tool to go ahead and tuck the cable in between some panels. And then you get what you really need to run this whole operation. And that is a 12-volt cigarette lighter. Nice thing about this is they do give you a USB on the bottom, so it doesn't fully block off a port. You can still charge your phone or do what you will with that. And you get a long cable, USB-C connection, and you're basically just going to want to tuck this and find basically the path of least resistance. I think we're going to have to go up into the headliner, probably down to the passenger, down the A-pillar, and then I want to put it in my glove box, so it's probably going to have to come under the passenger seat. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to routing this cable. Cable routing didn't quite go as planned, but the camera is installed. So let's take a look. All right, so I've got the camera installed right there. And as we can see, I've got a cable that goes up into the headliner, nice and tucked. You can't even see it. That goes in the headliner and then dips down into this A-pillar here, runs all the way down. And then in this little crease right here, it comes from this side of the A-pillar through the crease down into the weather stripping. You can actually see it. See that little cable sticking out I just pushed in? It runs down right there, and then it goes underneath the glove box, which is what I need to finish today because you don't want any loose cables like this running around. And then it goes under this kick panel here for the center console, and it's plugged right into my cigarette lighter in my glove box. And like I said, it's nice because you still have that USB port on top, so you can still charge stuff. You're not really losing any utility in that sense. But that is how I routed the cable. Now, if you wanted to add a rear one, you would essentially do the same thing. You would plug in the other USB-C right beside the USB-C power and run that cable either through the headliner or through these pillars all the way back and stick it on your rear glass. So I just want to show you guys here. Here's the RedTiger F17 Elite. And if you did want to run the rear camera, super simple, right? So you have the USB-C, you got the sticky, and this camera can be positioned in many ways. So you stick that to the rear windshield and you can position the camera wherever you'd like. And it's literally USB-C from this to a USB-C to the main one that's on my windshield there. These are the feet that it comes with, little cable track feet that we're gonna need to stick up underneath the glove box. But see this electrostatic sticker right there? You get a bunch of them, and basically what this does, this is for your tints. If you have a tinted windshield, tinted windows that you're sticking this to, you can stick this sticker down and then stick the camera to this sticker so that when you go to pull this off, if you ever do, it doesn't ruin your tint, which I find is really, really neat. But all we need to finish up our install is these feet, and then we can get on to an actual quality test so I can show you guys what this thing can actually do. Once again, not sponsored, but should have been. RedTiger hit me up, but I mean, I already bought your dash camera. So maybe one for the truck, maybe one for the Yada, you know? Anyways, let's go get these little feet on. Upon further investigation, I have a hole here and a slot here. So if I just tuck this wire behind, I can run a zip tie through there and zip tie this up out of the way, just like that. And then I don't actually have to use the sticky feet. But if you were to, you just peel the backing, stick it right on it, and then you see that little hook, that's where the cable is gonna run through. But in my case, Subaru has already got holes for me down here to mount up this cable. And I mean, I just placed it there and it's already like tucked up under there, which is sick. So I always gotta have a healthy stack of zip ties. Building these cars Man, held together with hopes, dreams, and zip ties, my boy. Grab 3 of them. Come over here, grab some snips, and we can finally solidify this install and get a nice little test. Numero uno. And she's secure. The cable isn't going anywhere. It's not dropping down. It's out of sight. It's out of mind. You would never know. And there's the install, boys. Let's go ahead and turn this car on so I can show you what the app is like. Okay, so we've got the dash cam right here. I'm just gonna put the car into accessory. Shut that off. This should be coming on any second. There it is, RedTiger, truly peace of mind. All right, so it's gonna say the rear camera takes 8 seconds to boot up and is currently not. That is okay, because we don't have a rear camera. Like I said, that port right there, if you guys can see it, USB for the power, USB for the rear camera. It's super easy. And as you can see, it's already recording. It's recording us right now. It's a little bit flickery because I have a slew of LED lights in here, so don't mind that. But there is tons and tons of settings. I mean, it's truly endless. You go into the settings, you got resolution, sound record, loop record, G sensor, fatigue reminder, Wi-Fi, volume, click tone, startup sound, screensaver, internal recording, voice control, and do you see how smooth that is too? Anyways, you have heaps and heaps of settings, but you basically plug it in and it's ready to go. 4K or 2.5K, 1080p, 1080p. That means your front camera can do 4K or 2.5K, and this POV camera can do 1080p. We're gonna leave it on 4K, and basically how this works is out of the box, it's good to go. So it's gonna record for 1-minute intervals, all the cameras that are connected, and it's gonna record each thing in full landscape. So when I download it, it's not gonna look like this, where I'm up in the corner. The POV is going to be one big video, and then out front of the car is going to be one big video, and then you can edit it and layer it after the fact. But each camera is its own full 16:9 video in different resolutions, of course. You got a mic at the top, SD card right here, and basically it's like a 128 gigabyte SD card. It's going to record for 1 minute every minute. So once that minute is up, it's just going to keep recording, and once the storage gets full, it's going to delete the oldest clips you haven't used yet. So the whole time the car is on, the whole time while you're driving, you're going to be recording however many cameras you have connected in 1 minute increments. Once that minute is up, it'll start a fresh clip, go for a minute, so on and so forth. And you never have to worry about formatting the storage or any of that. If it gets buggy or glitchy, you can format the SD card, but it'll just do its thing, deleting the oldest footage that you don't need and replacing it with new footage. So it's really all good to go. And you can go on your phone and download the RedTiger app. I'm gonna go ahead, open up RedTiger here. All right, just like that. So if we wanna see it on our phone, tap the screen and you see this little Wi-Fi thing right here. Click that and it's gonna pop up RedTiger, and the Wi-Fi password is going into your Wi-Fi settings and switching it to the RedTiger Wi-Fi. So there it is right there. RedTiger Wi-Fi. Boom, it's connected. Wi-Fi connected, and it's connected. So then I can go play back and see all the clips from my last drive and see myself literally sitting here filming this video right now. And all the videos from earlier today. If you want to download a video, you'll click playback. I want this video here, so I'm just going to click download. It's going to download the video. And then if you want the selfie camera as well, you're just going to go ahead and take the video right beside it. So I just downloaded that one right there. I'm going to go one to the right, and that's the in camera. You see what I mean? How it's full frame. Gonna go ahead, download that there. And now this won't save this onto your phone. So when you go into downloads, it's right here. And then you can just click like our most recent 2, hit save, and now they're in my photo app. And guys, it really is just as simple as that. It's basically foolproof and set up to work out of the box. You don't really need to configure anything. Hook it up, link it to your RedTiger account, download the app, plug in and run behind some plastics, the USB-C to 12 volt, and you're covered. POV, front windshield, rear windshield, audio, how fast you were going, where you were, GPS, G-force, like everything. You are 100% covered. Make sure to get yourself a dash cam. Whether it's the RedTiger one or not, that's just the brand that I specifically chose to go for, really because they were on an insane sale on Amazon. And I know a few people that use them, and they use the StarVis 2 sensors, which is some Sony tech in there, and I really like that. So wicked dash cam. Go ahead, get yourself and your car secure. Once again, this isn't a sponsored video, but I highly implore you to get a dash cam in 2025. If this video helped you guys at all, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss next time we're live. 2026 is year of the crazy Miata build and turning my STI hatch into the ultimate daily driver. And I might give you guys a little sneak peek. Okay, that's way too much. Anyways, we'll catch you in the next one, boys. Peace out.